Alright, it's all-wheel drive way back here. It's probably going to be a little bit of a boring vehicle video for most people. I'm just going to be showing, for your average Joe or nobody that really doesn't know anything about vehicles and they just want to be able to check their own floods or know where things go, so on, so on. But pretty much, most people, they know where the windshield wiper flood goes. Your blue flood that you buy there, just for your windshield wiper flood, most of them is going to look like this. Some may not. It just depends on make and model and so on. If you need to check antifreeze, your radiator fluid, most of them's going to have this cap here by the radiator. The shine in there. I'll shine a light, see if it's even. Yep, you can see the green antifreeze, which it actually looks a little low, but nothing crazy. But you can see in there and see the differences. Most of them you'll see a cap kind of like this, danger warning that it's hot. I'll kind of show the video a little different here, like so. And then, if you need to change, check your oil. Most of the time it's going to be over here, usually by a valve cover or by the engine itself, and you're going to be able to look at the dipstick and look at the levels. And usually you're going to have the two lines, like so. If I can get my big finger in there, and my camera to focus. The two lines. The bottom line right there is usually your low mark is where you're going to need to add, at least get it in between the two lines here is going to be a nice safe level. Going out at the very top is going to be okay. It's not going to hurt anything, but you don't really want to go anything above that. So trying to keep it in between is going to be a good scenario. And if you need to know where you need to add your oil, most times there's going to be an oil cap that either says, 5W20 or, other aspect. You'll just pull it off and then you can add your oil right in there. Usually use whatever the manufacturer recommends, whatever it may be for your vehicle. Every vehicle is a little different. So, and then some vehicles, depending on the year, they actually have a transmission dipstick, so you can actually pull that out. Some vehicles don't. The flood level on this one's, it looks a little high, but nothing too crazy. Not all vehicles, especially with newer models, are going to have a dipstick. So that's going to be a kind of hit and miss for some people. And sometimes the dipstick is going to be over here, like in front wheel drive vehicles, maybe towards the back here. But other vehicles like trucks and SUVs and stuff like that, they're going to be like up here by the firewall somewhere up, behind the engine, usually on the left-hand side. Usually. Yours could be opposite, maybe on the right-hand side or something. If you need to check your brake fluid, this is where this is going to be. It's usually .3. Some vehicles, I don't think all vehicles are .4, but you don't really want to mix fluids. So, let's see, his may be a little low. I can't pop that out right now, but sometimes you can just shine a light, shake it, see if there's fluid in it, by the level. Most of them don't have a max level or a mini level and so on. But that's where you would add your brake fluid. If I can get the cap back on now. So, that's going to be majority of, vehicles and so on. This is going to be your overflow tank. Doesn't hurt to add a little bit of antifreeze into this too, just for the radiator, which this actually has some down there. It's just an overflow. I don't fill it all the way up. Most of them do have a max and a mini, somewhere in between there would be good, a safe recommendation. And, just trying to show people, basic maintenance on their own vehicle and stuff, And if you don't know, this is where you put air in your tire. Just to show people, you take your little valve cap off. You can check your pressure if you get the tire, monitor light on or add air. Most gas stations can have it where you have to spend, $1, $1.50. Some of them's $2. You can get air there. So on, just basic maintenance. Just showing you, where to check your fluids, how to check your fluids, and so on. Just try to help people out the best that I can. But that kind of wraps up the video. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of show, people so they know, you know, where their fluids are at. Some people don't know, and some people wants to know. So that just kind of gives a rough idea. You know, I just used my customer's vehicle here just to kind of give you a rough eyeball of everything. Like I said, every vehicle is different. Your oil fill spot may be in a little bit different of a location. The motor may be in a different, angle. So some of this stuff's going to vary on location. You know, every vehicle is going to be a little different, but it shouldn't be much more. And with radiator systems, some don't have this radiator cap like this on the radiator. Some actually have uh, a pressure system, which is actually going to be more, up here on a reservoir or over here on the reservoir. That's actually going to have more of a cap. Please, before you take this cap off, make sure the car is cool. Don't open it while it's hot. It can hurt you really bad. I've actually ended up in, Vanderbilt Boone unit here in Tennessee, and it was not fun. It's not a fun scenario if you have that happen. So please make sure this is cool before you take it off, especially to check the antifreeze. Besides that, the rest of the fluids, you should better check those no matter the temp of the vehicle, the oil, the transmission fluid. The transmission fluid, most of the time, that needs to be running. If you have an owner's manual, just look in it. It'll tell you exactly how to check the fluid, if it needs to be up at idle temp, warm, whatever. The engine oil, best to check it cold, just to know if it's low. It's nice, especially if you got a small oil leak. Check the oil every now and then, at least every week, just to keep an eye on it. Or every time you fill up the tank, just check your oil. It's a real nice thing to do to the engine to make sure it doesn't run low. But there you go, ladies and gents. If you got any more questions, or you feel free to reach out. I'll try to answer and do the best that I can. Please like and subscribe and keep watching the videos. All right, thank you.